Today's yoga practice is a beginner yoga practice, so we're going to explore movements. Maybe you're in a beginner yoga class because you're looking to kind of move your body, create more flexibility, and enjoy this idea of allowing ourselves to relax. Or maybe it's because you just want to learn yoga and so you're all about kind of diving into that. Or this is what works for you today, so you're just excited to have someone guide you through movement. So welcome for whichever reason you're here. And please, if you're not already joining me in standing, join me standing. I want you to relax your shoulders, so kind of give them a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And yoga is all about getting comfortable with our body movement and allowing ourselves to wiggle, 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 and allow that to feel okay. Now just take a nice side bend up and over to one side. So this is a standing lateral flexion of the spine, a side stretch. And then just come up through center and then over to side two. So give me that nice big stretch. Good. And then bring both arms up, 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 up. Good, and then let's fold forward. So hands come through the heart all the way to the yoga mat. And now pivot on your yoga mat to whichever variation for you is the front. And then bend your knees a decent amount. Let your head hang here. And I invite you to breathe. So let your head fall towards the ground. Meaning don't stare at your mat. Look back between your knees. If your hands can't touch the ground, maybe they're on blocks. Or maybe, if it's more comfortable, grab opposite elbows for me and then hang here. Good. You're here for 3, 2, and then exhale. Let's let those arms go. Good. Now, place your hands on your shins for your half lift. So this is your flat back in yoga, our variation of re-lengthening the spine. And then exhale, fold forward. Good. Let's bone by bone stand up together. So rise up, reach up, arms up, lean back. And then exhale, rest your hands down by your sides. Good. Now, what I want you to do is take your left foot and step it all the way back into a lunge. And then just pause here. You're going to feel the pull in this back left hip flexor. Hopefully it feels nice and strong, and raise your left arm up. Your bicep is next to your ear. I just want you to reach straight up to the sky. And if you're trying to build strength, this will be great for your lunges. If you're trying to stretch, you'll feel that a lot for your back hip flexor too. Exhale, put your left hand on your hip, step up, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just a very simple step back lunge, right foot steps back. Good. This helps you find balance, ease in, and then take that right arm up, up, up. Bend your left knee forward, nice long spine here. Push through your back heel, bend your front knee, sturdy, strong legs, 3. Good, 2. Put your right hand back on your hip, step up. Good, hands are still on your hips, fold forward, so exhale down. Take a flat back, so gaze forward, and now step your left foot back. Your hands are on your mat this time. Good, step your right foot back, which puts you in high plank, top of a push-up. And now lift your hips to downward facing dog for maybe your first time ever or your first time today. You want to bend your knees. You want to bend your elbows just a little bit, not a lot. But I just don't want you to lock out. That's really important. Lower your shins. Walk your hands out. Child's pose. Take a moment here for yourself to breathe in and breathe out. And then rise up to your hands and your knees, and then get a little cozy in those hips. Try to move them side to side. Good. When you're ready, you're going to take your right foot back behind you, push it straight back, try to create length in the body. And then put the right knee down, take the left foot, push it straight back. Good, put it down, and now take the right foot, push it straight back, take the left hand, walk it forward. Option 1, stay with those fingertips there, or lift it up. 3, 2, lower your hand and your knee. Nice, side 2, left foot goes first, hold. Option, right fingertips go forward, hold. If you want to add, right arm rises, thumb up, bicep to ear. 3, 2, and then release and release. Good. Back to down dog. Second time today, or second time ever. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you get dizzy, you can keep your knees on the mat, but ideally this idea of being able to look back between your shins should feel rather healthy, unless of course you're working through something and maybe getting back to yoga, or maybe this has been offered you as a form of healing. Let's go ahead and walk our feet up to our hands so you're in a forward fold again, which is where we started practice at the top of our yoga mat, and I want you to fold forward. From there, take your arms up to the sky and then drape them along by your sides. Let's do that standing side stretch again. So I'll turn and face you. Slide your hand down your leg. Inhale, reach up and over. Good, create space, smile. It's important to enjoy it. And then side 2, come up and over. Push and lengthen. 3. Keep reaching 2. You're going to be very aware that one side feels very different than the other. That's normal. And now take both arms up, up, up. And then here you go, forward fold. Nice. I'm going to spin back to the top of my mat. Now take a flat back, gaze forward. So again, this is where we re-lengthen the spine, called Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. And now you're going to take this right foot, step it way back for me. So you're in a lunge again, but your hands are on the yoga mat. Now, 1, 2, 3, plank, top of a push-up, step it back. This time, we're going to find our belly for the first time today. So look forward just a little bit, and then you're going to lower with your knees down or up all the way to your belly. And it might be a crash landing, and that's okay. Bend your knees, rock side to side, loosen up your thighs. Good. Exhale, lay your legs down long. Good. Breathe here. Now, keep your hands where they were. We're going to perform 3 cobras, which are back bends. So you want to keep those hands right below your chest line. Hug your elbows in so your neck is long. And then inhale, pause here. Or feel free to straighten the arms if and only if this feels really comfortable, okay? And then lower. Make sure your hands stay flat. A lot of times I'll see people come here and the form looks great, but then once they start to straighten, they almost like claw the mat, they lift their thumbs and lock up the elbows. Keep everything soft again. One more round with me, please. Lower, exhale, tap, and then here we go. Up, up, and away. Keep lifting. Big smile as you reach your heart forward and through. And then take this all the way back to child's pose, hips to heels again. Breathe there. Now make your way forward, hands and knees. If you need to stay in child's pose longer, by the way, you're more than welcome to do that. Now, instead of taking the left foot back and then the right foot forward, I want you to try to do them together at the same time. So work on lifting the stomach. And if your knees, by the way, are ever not comfortable because your mat isn't thick enough, you can always pad it with a little towel. Here we go. Right arm, left leg, reach. And then just tap the mat. Repeat. Right arm, left leg, reach. Tap the mat. One more time. Reach and hold if you can. 3, 2, spinal balance known as bird dog. Exhale, release. And switch. Right foot, left hand, tap. Right foot, left hand, tap. One more, right foot, left hand, hold, 3, 2, and then let it go. Good. Downward facing dog, butt up. Good. Now, if down dog is still not accessible to you, keep your knees on the mat, okay? And then just kind of work from right here. And I say that just because sometimes it is a little scary to be upside down, or maybe again, your body just isn't ready. Otherwise, while you're here, think about getting more comfortable. Think about softening. Think about enjoying down dog. And then you're going to walk your feet up to your hands. Take your time. And then put your hands on your hips so that you can stand up safely. Good. Let's find balance on our right foot. You're going to pull your left knee to your belly button. Good. Shift your head forward. Shift your left foot back. Think about what we just did on our hands and knees, and think about doing the same thing here. Pretend like your head is your arm and your back foot is still that left leg reaching back. Bring it all the way back through standing. Nice job. That was a quick warrior 3. Switch. Right knee rises. Exhale, shift your head, shift your foot. Think about spinal balance, lengthening and lifting, left shoulder reaching forward, same as the right. Good. Without falling, pass through center, bring that knee up, 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 and then let it go. Good. Put your hands on your hips and then step the left foot back. So remember, we were in a lunge at the very beginning. Take your left arm back up so our bicep is next to our ear. Now reach forward. Put your left hand on the mat. Lower your left knee as well. And then roll your right chest open, keeping your right hand on your hip as you create space. If you want, reach your right arm up. 3, 2, one more big breath for me. And then lower your hand to frame your foot on 1. Ardha Hanumanasana, known as half split. You're going to pull your hips back a little bit. Walk your right foot forward, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. And then you're going to straighten the right leg as you fold over your shin. Now, if you're super uncomfortable, again, remember to pad your kneecap or put blocks underneath your hands so that way if it's too hard to touch the ground, you don't have to worry about that. You can always use your fingertips too. Holding here for 3, getting that nice deep stretch in your right hamstring for 2. And then you're going to slide your heel back about 3 inches. And then re-bend the right knee. Left hand is down. This time I want you to pick up your left kneecap. And then add the twist from here, right arm to sky. 3. You can always put your left knee down if it's too much. 2. And then release your right hand. Nice work. Step back to the top of your yoga mat. Left foot up. Halfway lift the spine. Remember, flat back. And then fold forward. Now, when you get better at your flat back, by the way, you might be able to do it from the ground. Or if you're tight, you can always slide it up even above your knees to here for your flat back, okay? Fold forward. Good. Bone by bone, stand up. And then we're going to repeat those single leg quick transitions from standing to warrior 3. And then we'll do our lunge on the other side. So bring your right knee to your chest first, standing on your left foot. Now, feed your head forward and your right leg back. And if you're having loads of trouble balancing, maybe you have a wall nearby, okay? Hold it, and then bring your right knee up. Try not to fall. And then release. Leg 2. Left knee rises to chest. Exhale, feed it back. Feed your head forward. Hold. 3. Lift your stomach. 2. And then feed it back up. Good. Release. Inhale your arms up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Now, put your hands on your hips. Step your right foot back this time into a lunge. Left knee is bent forward, so again, alignment, super important. Take your right arm up, 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 and away. Now, reach forward. Put your right hand down. Now, put your right knee down. Keep your left hand on your hip as you roll your chest open for a gentle twist. Twisting can be super therapeutic to release tension in your back and can also just kind of help alleviate any pain or tension in the hips. Sometimes if the back is super tight, the twist can release that tightness. Good. Come back to center. Frame your left foot. Now your right knee is already down, so pull your hips back. See how my left toes lift naturally. Now I'm going to slide my heel forward some as I fold over my shin. You're going to stretch out your left hamstring a lot. You're going to feel that pull through your leg, and hopefully it feels good. Nice. 3. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split pose. 2. And then give yourself some time. Slide the heel back. Bend your knee forward. Keep your right hand below your right shoulder. So what's important in yoga is seeing the alignment on your own. So look at your right shoulder, look at your right hand, line it up. Bend your right elbow just a little bit as you pick up your right knee. Now raise your left arm up, take a big twist, and if this is too much, go ahead and put your right knee back down on your mat. 3, 2, release your left hand. And then we're going to step to the top of the mat. 1, 2, 3, feet together. Halfway lift the spine, really nice work. This is again Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Widen your feet a little bit more. Grab opposite elbows and sway left and right and left and right. One more round, left and right. Perfect. Take your time, stand up very, very slowly. Good. And then breathe out. Now, I want you to try to sit down on your bottom without your hands, which can be really challenging depending on your flexibility in your spine and your knees. So start to think a squat. Maybe reach down, and then just see if you can sit all the way onto the ground. And getting all the way to the ground without your hands is very important because it's very functional. And if you can't do that, add that to your list of things to learn. Feet together, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward for bound angle. Let your body round over those legs. And then again, you might not be as deep to the ground as I am, but just create whatever kind of range of motion you can find as you're moving. Bone by bone, let's roll up together. Yes. And then exhale, we're going to repeat. So nice long spine, sit up straight. Exhale, please start to move forward and into your fold. 3, 2, and then rise up super duper slow. Nice. And relax. All right. Now, I want you to extend your right leg out on your mat. And I want your left foot not to meet your inner thigh, but to reach away from it. So it's creating space between the foot and the leg, meaning don't bring it all the way in, open it up. So this is called a single leg, wide-legged straddle. So it's much less intense than if I were to ask you to take both of your legs out wide right now. So you're going to turn slightly towards the inside of your foot and your straight leg, and then I want you to kind of walk out. Now, you may not get that far, and that's okay. But what we're doing is we're working on stretching the groin and the hamstring without overdoing it. And then we'll eventually do the other side, and then eventually do both feet. But for today, just stick to that single leg. Holding 3, 2, and then gently rising. First, bend the right knee, then straighten the left leg, please. Then right foot drops in, right knee drops out. Again, I'm not touching. There's space here, foot to inner thigh. And then walk out. And hopefully you feel a nice, beautiful pulling sensation in the groin, hamstrings, low back. And that your knee feels healthy, bent in this way, and that you feel good. 3, 2, nice. Bring your torso up, up, up. And then we're gonna pivot onto our bottom. Doesn't matter which way you face on your yoga mat. But we're gonna do it in a very slow manner. So reach forward, lowering 5. Take your time, 4, 3, control, 2, and 1. Finding that peaceful landing on your back. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Put your hands right next to you and then gently lift your hips up and away for bridge. And then slowly let them lower. If that was hard, use your legs more, squeeze your butt. Lift up, up, up. Again, I'm just asking you to lift up for a moment and then to use the next moment to come back down. So I'm not even asking you to stay. One more time, lift up, up, up. Super strong legs. Think about hugging them together as you push your pelvis up. One more breath. And then very slowly lower, lower, lower. Nice. Hands to the belly. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Hug both knees to your chest for the first time. And remember, if you couldn't sit down without your hands, think about the mobility necessary to get there. And that is a very hard thing to do, even for some athletes that are ridiculously fit and strong and so good at what they do, but they don't have a lot of mobility. Good. Let's push both of our feet into the air. And then I just want you to push the bottoms of your feet up. Place your hands behind your head so that your elbows fall to the sides. Now just give me a basic crunch, engaging the core. And then put your head down. 4 more. 4. Good. 3. Keep your elbows out of your peripheral vision. 2, meaning elbows wide. 1, hold it, maybe reach forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees back to your chest. And then on your next breath, put your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your thigh, and just let your right knee kind of fall out to the right. So you might have your knee really tight. It might feel more open. Maybe even take your right hand, press it onto your leg to let it open up. Good. Getting some space in the hip flexor. Bring that knee, exhale back in. Put your right foot down. Cross the left leg over. And again, my knee doesn't directly fall out. It kind of pulls in a little bit because my hip flexors are tight. But use your left hand. Press on the inside of that leg, let it open up. And sometimes you have a really intense reaction to this, meaning a lot of opening, and sometimes much less. So it really depends on your tightness. Good, release your foot down. Now, keeping your hands on your hips, just kind of feel them move from side to side. So let your knees drop left and right. Again, getting comfortable moving your body and finding freedom. 3, side to side. 2, side to side. 1 more left. And then exhale, give your knees a really big hug. Good. Now, I want you to lay your legs all the way down onto the mat. So 1 foot and then the other slowly, please. And then 1 hand up and then the other. As your head lays flat and your core is soft. I want you to take about 5 deep breaths as your back falls into the earth. And as you start to feel a really quiet place for the mind. So figuring out where it's traveled and how you're doing, and your breath. If you're new to yoga, this is your Shavasana. If you've been here before, it's not your nap time, but it is your quiet place. Take 3 more breaths with me on your back, so breathe in. And breathe out, you are calm. Breathe in. Breathe out, you are calm and beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out, you are calm, beautiful, and strong. Take your arms for me over the head, please, for a full stretch. Exhale, when you're ready, please hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Rocking a little left to right. And then very carefully rock up to seated. Good. Close your eyes as you sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Open the mouth, exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. We all approach our yoga practice for a different reason. We choose to lay out our mats for different reasons. So I hope that whatever that was for you today, that this practice allowed you to feel a bit more peace. Have a great rest of your day, and as we bow forward together, Namaste. I hope your bodies feel good, and thank you so much for practicing.